Well, Ants, not the result you wanted, but you did score 5 tries this afternoon and could have scored a good few more.
Yeah, it's tail of the season really, but it's frustrating. Patches of the game, we do some really good things, and then lapses in concentration, or we clock off in key moments. We need to back up those key moments, and then you're chasing the game again, or you go 2 scores ahead, 2 scores behind. So yeah, we scored the 5 tries, but the game was nearly done. Like that first 20 minutes, we did well to come out of that and be within a score at half time, possibly ahead at half time. So fair play to get ourselves back in that position, but then we didn't really kick on again. Story of the season, and a bit of last week as well, dragging in. Conditions were tough. Boys working hard, but I think we can just be, as a collective, a bit better.
In actual fact, that was a microcosm of the season in 180 minutes.
Yeah, that's certainly our first 20. We rectified it the second 20, and then we never really got into the game in the second half, just through some small errors that really cost us. We're going over the line, and they slap the ball out of a maul, and they go the distance and score. It's like, I think that happened 4 times probably. We're right in their 22 camped in their half, and then they just get something, whether it's legal or not, it happened. And they ended up capitalising and scoring. And at times in the first half we had those moments and we didn't capitalise, and we didn't take those chances, so that was frustrating.
I don't think I've ever seen so many coast to coast in one game either. There was about 4, I think, for Scottish.
Yeah, one, I think the scrum there, they get it and they're off, an interception off, the maul one, and then there's at least 4, so that was obviously frustrating.
And you take off those 24 points they scored in the first 20 minutes from that scoreboard, it looks completely different.
Yeah, you can say that every game.
I know, but I mean, considering you scored 33 points today, it was a much closer game if you take that 20 minutes out.
Yeah, obviously, that first 20 minutes we were really poor around our carrying, how we looked after the ball, how we managed the middle third into the wind, gave away some silly penalties, and then they obviously were camped and kicked easily and getting inside the 22 and driving, and you're working hard to keep them out. So that was always going to be on the cards in terms of the conditions, and we just didn't manage that very well that first 20 minutes, and that's why they ultimately got that sort of head start.
Oh well, onwards and upwards, plenty to work on, plenty to work with next week. Bedford at home. Thanks, Ants.
Cheers, thank you.